Well, hello Vivek, here we are again. It's the 1st of November, so I think we both survived Halloween yesterday, but then we're well versed with our trick and treating, aren't we now? Every week we have this. So a welcome to the viewers then, those who've joined us again and those who are new. So I'm Corinna Shepherd from Dancing Kites Creative Learning, and this is Vivek from Wake Technology Integrators Limited, and we do regular vlog or video log conversations, catch up on the week and looking at the week ahead. The agenda is on the screen behind me, and so we're going to start off with the Just a Minute, where we each talk a little bit about what we do and why we're doing it, a bit like going to a breakfast meeting or networking meeting and you have your 40-second or 60-second slot. So Vivek, let's hear all about your Just a Minute.
Namaste, my name is Vivek and Wake Technology Integrators is my company. I believe in living a simple life. I believe in thinking differently. I'm proud to share my beliefs with Steve Jobs and Leonardo da Vinci, who said, simplicity is the ultimate in sophistication. So when technology confuses you, when social media, marketing, as a small business owner, these are lots of things that you need to do. But often technology gets in the way. So my point is technology needs to be transparent. It should actually get out of the way. It should be so simple to use so that you just use it and it should work. But it doesn't happen by default. So some work needs to happen. And as business owners, it's difficult for business owners to get into technology. So all I would say is avoid the cowboys. You know who they are. They talk only about the technology and why they should be used, but they won't simplify anything for you. Avoid the cowboys, let the Indian handle the technology, and life will be so simple. When you want to simplify your life, make your business easy, simple, talk to me, contact me. The details are in the description. And that has been my Just a Minute. I'm giving the blue box back to you, Corinna, so it's your turn.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I'm Corinna Shepherd from Dancing Kites Creative Learning, and I'd like to ask viewers whether you're actually living the life of your dreams and whether you're reaching your potential. Because if you're not, then you really need to get in touch with me, and my details are below the screen, just as Vivek has explained as well. So imagine your kite flying in the sky, dancing in the wind. Does that describe you and your life and how you flourish at work and your personal relationships? Or are you more like you're not even sure what's on your kite, or it's dragged in the gutter or in the muddy puddle? So Dancing Kites is all about designing your kite, which is your life, going after the life of your dreams, playing to your strengths, living the life that you want. And there's all kinds of ways that I do that, and full information is available on my website, www.dancingkites.co.uk. So that's enough about me for now. Now we're going to look at the week gone by and what's been happening with you, Vivek.
Yeah, the week gone by has been, I achieved what I wanted to achieve. So
that's good.
So here's the certificate.
Oh, you've been a busy boy. Very good.
Achieved.
That's good.
This is from Google Analytics Academy. So
wow. Impressive.
I can sort out your Google Analytics problems now. So that
you're work on mine, aren't you? I know.
Yes. So that's one of the major achievements this week. And then after that, I had a session with you yesterday, the vision board.
Yes.
I'm not going to show the vision board to you, but
you can show us the back of it.
It's a good way to start putting things down on paper, the vision, and yeah, vision is very important. So
It is, yes.
that has
Found it
been,
helpful.
yeah, that has been more or less the highlights of my week. Apart from that, I have been, as usual, I have been attending quite a few, watching rather, quite a few hangouts, and viewers might recognize a change.
Mm.
I've now joined a group called as Movember. This is to change their slogan is to change the face of health of men.
Sounds good. Good cause.
This is for a good cause. So the criteria there is to grow a mustache. Since I normally have one, the only way I could join the group and be part of the whole movement was to shave it off and then start again. So
Okay. So it's not something I can join in, really, is it?
there are women who are part of the group. Yes, you
Yeah.
can. It's a group started by not really the. I've joined a team started by Martin Shervington. So he is a very popular person who is really helpful for all Google users.
He's on Google Plus the whole time. He's just always on my stream.
Yes, he's always on Google Plus. He's also, I mean, if you look at his website, you see testimonials for him.
Yes.
By Guy Kawasaki.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about Guy Kawasaki in my record treat today.
Okay, look forward to that.
And you also see testimonials for Martin Shervington by Vice President of Google.
That's impressive.
Vivek Gandotra. So
good to know.
You can't get any better than that. So if Google Vice President says this man is great, so
good.
I'm kind of proud to be associating myself with Martin in that sense. He's a well-known person, and yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sounds great.
So that's been my week gone by. I'm giving the blue box back to you. So it's your turn.
Okay, so the week gone by, the working week started with a great storm, didn't it, on Monday? So we just about managed our breakfast, and then the power went off, and we had no mobile reception either. So we had no heating, no lighting, no Wi-Fi, and no mobile. And as most of the stuff I wanted to do was online, I had a choice of either doing no work, which was quite appealing. They would sit and make cards for the morning. The boxes were sitting there looking at me, and I thought, no, I must be strong, I must do some work, or I could do some work. So I was going to go to the gym anyway, and sometimes, different parts of the village, they had power cuts at different times. So I went round to the gym, and they had power but no water. But I'd taken my water bottle at least. So I did my workout and watched the BBC News and caught up and all that. So that was good. Got to the post office so I could post off whatever it was I needed to post and pay money and so on, and got home and the power was still off. And I had a phone call I was going to take, and a Skype call, and my emails, and I couldn't do any of them. So it makes you realise just how reliant you are on all these things. So in the end, I jumped in the car, and I went about 10 minutes away to Uplands Conference Centre, De Vere Place, which is really nice anyway there. You get free coffee and tea, and they've got Wi-Fi. So I was able to take my phone call from somebody who's now going to be my new admin assistant. When I talked to her at the time, the plan was she was going to supplement what Catherine does to me. Catherine comes about once a month, and she's been working with me for a long time, and she's absolutely fantastic. And this new girl, Sarah, met through somebody through 4N, got a recommendation, so that was worth having. We talked about doing her helping with my e-shots, because I wanted a lot of e-shots, email newsletters going out, moving into the new year, because that's something I haven't managed to really keep on top of, and she's good at helping with that. And then I got a message on Facebook from Catherine a couple of days ago saying that she's really not well at all, and she's had to cancel. She's meant to come in today, and obviously she's not saying when she can come in again. So that was a bit of a shock, really. And I really do need admin support, because although I can do it, I don't really enjoy admin. And there's lots of other exciting things I want to spend my time on. So hopefully Sarah can fill the gap. So at least I've already had that phone call. So I was grateful for the timing of that, really, because if I'd heard from Catherine and not had anybody else, I would probably be feeling a bit fed up now about that. So that was nice. Again, another benefit of networking. So the conversation came through someone I'd hoped maybe to do some work with, and it wasn't going that way, but actually I've got an admin assistant out of it who seems very good as far as I can tell. I think we'll really hit it off. So there's always a benefit, you always get something positive out of talking to people. So yeah, I've been doing networking, doing 4N again, went to High Wycombe, and I went to a B&I group this morning I've been to before, and got some good follow-up leads for next week, so we'll talk about that next we'll do the road ahead. And of course we had our meeting, and you were very helpful because you helped me with my testimonials page. So I've done a big push to gather all various testimonials from my LinkedIn and my 4N and various other places and put them in one place on my website. So you helped me create a testimonials page underneath the About Us tab, and I set up the different categories and so on, and that's coming together nicely. So I'm grateful.
You are becoming a Joomla expert slowly.
Yes. Well, it's not that good. It's good to have somebody like yourself to sort of ease into, because it isn't straightforward, and I have limited time for it. So it's nice to work on it together as well. Anyway, and I know we were going to do about the authorship, weren't we? I'm very keen to get that going, but that will have to wait a little bit, but that would be really useful again moving forward, help me with my SEO and other plans I have for my brand, which I'll share in due course. And of course then we had the hassle of my YouTube channel, didn't we, with the different logins and videos in different places. So hopefully it will all be seamless to the viewer, but behind the scenes there's a lot of stuff going on to have to rationalize it, and that all takes time and uploads and so on, and you're kindly helping me with that a bit too. So, and then of course there's the Google Analytics, which I need to really get up to speed on, which you're clearly the man to ask. So you're a very useful person to know, clearly. So thank you for your input, and that's great. And while I was doing that, you were doing your vision board, weren't you? So it was a good, productive afternoon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Good time. Okay, so that's the week gone by. So how about the road ahead? How's that looking for you?
My road ahead is, again, I'm trying to get another qualification from Google.
Okay.
So it would be so that I can help schools and educational institutions about how they can use Google Apps.
Oh, that's good.
There is a qualification which you need to go through from Google. So that's what I'm concentrating now. So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, again, something else for us to discuss, because with my other hat, my dyslexia hat on, I'm about to probably sign a contract with my franchise to get into schools to try and get trials of the software. So there may be some synergy there. Help one another with.
Yeah. Also doing something on Raspberry Pi. I don't know whether you
yes.
heard of Raspberry Pi, which is here.
I remember you saying about this. Yes. Yeah, that's good.
So this is an initiative which has been started to get children interested in programming. So that ties in with trying to get into educational schools and so on. So
very good. Yeah, I approve of that.
Yeah, those are the things that I would be looking.
And that kind of thing is great for dyslexic children as well, because they're often very intuitive and good with their hands and stuff. So they often cope really well with that kind of stuff. Yeah. Good.
So yeah, that's what I would be doing during the week ahead. So that's my road ahead. Giving the blue box back to you.
Okay, thanks. You really are becoming an expert in more and more different fields, aren't you? So it's good to know all this knowledge, and I can pick your brains about that in due course. So my road ahead, there's so many different things happening. I've got some training next week. I signed up a new client, and we're going to do a vision board session first of all, because having done vision board myself a couple of weeks ago, my latest ones, some amazing stuff has been happening, and I will share that in due course. And I'm really keen to help others to do that, and obviously I encouraged you to do that. So his first session is going to be vision boards, and then he's going to do some mind mapping after that. It's 4 sessions of mind mapping. And he's dyslexic and creative, and that's very much part of the type of people I really like to focus on working with, because it brings together all my different skills and experiences through the brand. So I'm really excited about that. Got some dyslexia tuition as well. I've got some networking. I'm doing 3 lots of networking now. I've got 4N. I'm going to another breakfast meeting. I'm just booked into an evening meeting as well, because it's such a good time of year to network before the silly season starts. And I very much want to get some long-term clients in place, and so I've got moving into 2014 in a strong position. Got some follow-up calls again around the area of dyslexia in the workplace. They come through my networking. So I've got a Skype call on Monday, and I've got one on Friday, because I want to get into companies and do dyslexia awareness seminars increasingly, and then with a view to doing assessments and then coaching. So I'm hoping that will open up into next year as well. And yeah, ongoing marketing, learning the expertise about, my website, improving on that. Want to change some of the copy. I'm hoping that my business video will be ready. It's almost ready. I just want to get it up there on my home page, because I'm just getting a bit impatient now, and I'm really pleased with it. And I hope that other people... You
would need your YouTube thing sorted out before that.
Yes. This is true, yes. Well, hopefully we'll get there. No pressure. Yes, okay. All right, well, my battery is now down to 10% and is red. So I always plugged it in before I started. But I do find, just as an aside, that mind mapping, what we're doing is, I find it works much better. And if viewers have watched the first ones where we had a script where it didn't feel as natural, I know there's a few more ums and ahs in it for both of us, but it's natural. It's just, we're just having a conversation, and I hope that people enjoy that and feel part of it. So that's the road ahead. No doubt other things will come along, as they usually do, but lots of exciting things. So trick or treat then. Would you like to go first this time, Vivek, or shall I?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Right. Well, what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah. Before you start. You need to move your laptop screen towards you. I can see more of the roof.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, I've got the blue box still, presumably.
Yeah.
I want to talk briefly about dyslexia and visual processing issues and conditions. And the first thing I do when I do an assessment is I take out these coloured filters. You can see them. All different colours here, and they're just overlays, they're acetate overlays, which you can then put over a piece of paper with some white paper with black letters, and it can work like magic, really. I had a 71-year-old as my oldest pupil to date, and he chose the green filter, and he said that without the filter the words flew off the page. When he put the filter on, it stuck the words down. I mean, that's just amazing, isn't it? So if you're trying to read, whether you're young or old, and the words are flying off, and you're having to run after them to catch them, it's going to be hard work. They're like kites flying off. So some people say, oh, dyslexia, or is it really a condition? Is it just a made-up middle-class thing for little Johnny who's not very good at school? Well, I can't comment on every child, but absolutely there are issues that affect how the brain works. And I thought, rather than me just talk anecdotally,
Mm.
I'll get a little bit of information that I got from the website from the British Dyslexia Association, because they're really a good source of information on this kind of stuff. So you don't have to just take my word for this, although I've got lots of experience of working with lots of people, young and old. So I'd like to actually just read some of it out because it's well put together. And then if viewers want to look up on the website or Google it, they can get full information and information about other areas about dyslexia. So this particular part from the website is called Eyes and Dyslexia, and I'll pull out some salient points. So around 35 to 40% of people with dyslexic difficulties are estimated to experience visual disturbance or discomfort when reading print, and they may experience one or several of the following: blurred letters or words which go out of focus, letters which move or present with back to front appearance or shimmering or shaking, headaches from reading, words or letters which break into two and appear as double, find it easier to read large, widely spaced print than small and crowded, difficulty with tracking across the page, and upset by glare on the page or oversensitive to bright lights. And I do encounter quite a lot of these. People don't necessarily explain it in this way, but they skip words and stuff happens. I had a boy last week I did an assessment for, and he was rubbing his eye as he was reading because it was uncomfortable for him. So they're not putting it on. And if you think about all the things you have to read, it's just, I mean, this itself is actually just on black, black letters on white. It's quite small. So this isn't, and it's actually, yes, it's a serif font, so they ought to change that. But anyway, so it says here, in some cases, any of these symptoms can significantly affect reading ability, and it can also make reading very tiring, as you can appreciate. So, of course, a child would not necessarily recognise what they see as a problem, as this is how they always see text. And indeed, I've had parents, or mums particularly, where I said, oh, little Johnny, or whoever has said, the words fly off the page or the words go blurry, and they said, well, he's never said that to me. Well, because for them it's normal, So it's very interesting. So what the BDA says is if a child complains of at least one of these problems or has difficulty at school, they should be referred to optometrist or orthoptist with expertise in this particular field. Now, I do suggest it to my clients. Again, it's more expense, and certainly the software I use, it does address it to a degree. It sort of gets around that so they can still master their reading and their spelling better. But yes, I would always suggest that as a possibility if particularly there were 2 or 3 of these elements going on where I felt that the visual processing was quite tricky. So one of the other things I do in the assessment, as viewers may remember if they watched last time, is I show them some text, different size lettering, and they have to choose which size. And if they go for something quite big, and they're older, and a normal eye test has been ruled out, so that normal eyesight problems, then yes, we could be looking at this kind of stuff. And the stuff can be done for it. It's not hopeless at all. So many dyslexic people are sensitive to the glare of white backgrounds on a page, whiteboard or computer screen, and this can make the reading of text much harder. So I'm not going to go into all this detail because I know you need to have time to talk as well. This is a good article because it gives you where to go for specialist eye assessments, overlays. They talk about the NHS, Dyslexia Research Trust. There's lots of universities. There's all kinds of things here, and certainly I address it with the work that I do at my centre, the Darcy Kites Creative Learning Centre. Even just these simple filters that I showed to you at the beginning of my talk, one of those I give people for free. Once I've assessed the child or adult and know what colour they want, I'll just give it to them for free. Normally get them 2. And it just can make all the difference. So there's also coloured glasses that people use as well. I remember Carla Toynton got some green glasses, and she said it just completely helped her with her reading. So something fairly simple and doesn't have to cost the earth and can just make all the difference. So that's a little bit of a background information as to visual processing, and yeah, I hope it's been of interest to viewers. So Vivek, over to you. What's your trick or treat this week? And did you bring a pumpkin along? For your daughters.
I wish I had. Oh,
Have you got the blue box back?
I'm trying to get the blue box back from you. You're not letting me take it.
I'm hanging on to it. I don't want you to have it. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I know. Why? Wait.
You can tell it's live, can't you?
Ah, okay.
Have you got it back?
Yeah. No one has the blue box now, but blue box isn't working. But anyway.
The box is sulking.
Yeah.
Alright. You're going to do some technical wizardry to get yourself on the screen at least.
One quick one would be if you keep quiet.
Okay.
Nicest possible way. Because without the blue box, what happens is whoever talks or makes a sound would get the focus. So anyway, I'm trying to talk about trick or treat. As I mentioned, Guy Kawasaki, I just attended a webinar from him just before we started this video blog today. He talked about how to use social media effectively, and he has to be a real guru in social media because the number of followers he has runs in millions. I think 2 million, 3 million, something like that. So he has so many followers. Anyway, he gave a talk where he mentioned 10 steps. I'm not going to give you 10 steps, but I'll mention just 2 of them. Step 1, he says, your social media strategy should be to start yesterday. Let me say that again. Your social media strategy should be to start yesterday. You can't have a situation where you say that I'll make my website perfect, I'll make my marketing message perfect, I'll make this perfect, everything has to be perfect, then I'll start the social media strategy. He says, no, that's not the way to do it at all. Because life isn't serial. It's many things happen at the same time, so it has to be happening at the same time, parallel.
Yeah.
Second step, he says, is social media. You need to segment them, and as per him, Facebook is to talk to people who you know. It's just more of personal and social, nothing else. If you talk about business on Facebook, not really helpful. Twitter, he says, is to create perceptions, nothing else. No discussions, no real connections as such. You just create perceptions using Twitter. Google Plus is to talk about your passions. And Pinterest, he talks about Pinterest. There's another social media website, which is Pinterest is to do pinning. You pin stuff that you want to get involved in or talk about, or you pin stuff to Pinterest. It's like a notice board, and people talk about that, and that's all that is. And LinkedIn, he says, and he said it. He said that he is saying that in the nicest possible way. LinkedIn is to pimp yourself.
Okay.
Pimp your services, pimp your CV, get a job, whatever. That's what LinkedIn is for. So
Okay.
those are his views and his opinions, and those are the first two tips he gave in the webinar. So that's my trick or treat for this week.
Mhm. Okay, that's all very interesting. Am I allowed to talk now?
Yeah.
No, it's good to know the difference, and I'm beginning to use Google Plus more thanks to your encouragement, and I do like it. I like the feel of it, and I like stuff. So yeah, they do have a different feel, each of them, and it's but yes, it's
Yeah,
something
the
new.
major difference, and I've heard this being repeated over and over again on different media actually. Twitter gives you only 140 characters. So
Yes.
all you can talk to about in Twitter, I mean, this is what Martin Shervington was saying yesterday. All you can talk about in Twitter is, I went to this, I'm having this nice dinner at this place. That's
Yeah.
all you can say.
Yes.
But on Google Plus, you can say a lot more. That's the whole big difference. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
and the other aspect is what you say on Google Plus remains there. It helps your SEO, whole lot of things. So for businesses, yeah, Google Plus should be the way to go. And incidentally, Guy Kawasaki says his first passion is Google Plus, and he says Google Plus he uses to talk about his passion. So
Okay. That's good. Right. I think it's probably time to wrap up. It's late on a Friday now, and I certainly like to get on with my weekend, as I'm sure you do as well. So it's been great to talk again and sort of catch up and think about the week ahead and the challenges we've had and the exciting things coming up. So it's time to sign off. So I've been and I will continue to be Corinna Shepherd from Dancing Kites Creative Learning, passionate about unlocking your potential through creative and interactive learning.
this is Vivek Baindoor signing off, and remember, integrated we live. Thank you.
Thank you.